from 17 once again. This is my Metro Last Light Ranger Hardcore difficulty walkthrough. We're in Chapter 9, this is Bolshoi. So, this is one of the residential areas that you go to. It's kind of like a roller coaster of people's problems and the stories of the struggles that exist within the Metro. These were always my favourite parts in the first Metro, but on this game, they're not bad, they just don't have the same effect, I think, because I've seen them before. I was expecting them to flesh them out a lot more, because one of the things I really don't get about game design is modelling something like this and then wasting it. I don't understand it at all. They've put so much effort and detail into animating and modelling and texturing and assorting these fantastic looking places, but then there's nothing to do. Like, this mission is 5 minutes long. 5 minutes and then we never see this place again. All because there's nothing to do here. And the first thing I would say in the meeting, in every meeting, in any fucking meeting, is why don't we put some side quests in this thing? You know? How difficult is it? How much manpower does it take to put something that the player can do in these fantastic environments? And sure, some of these environments aren't very long, but can you imagine if you walked up to somebody and they were having problems with a, I don't know, somebody who'd lent them some bullets, some kind of loan shark, and the loan shark was squeezing them, so you had to go over to this different office, talk to the guy got a little bit rowdy, so you started having, you know, a knife fight with his lackeys. I don't know, just anything. It could be so simple. It could be transportation missions. It could be the most trite stuff, but you could make it interesting because it's a post-apocalyptic world. You know? They could have isolated, you know, linear subtunnels that lead off from this central area that have stuff to do in them. You know, somebody went out looking for some shrimps, those giant fucking monsters in this game. You know, he went to get some shrimp shells or something and he's gone missing. Can you try and help find him? And you go out and you find him in a spot of bother and then you escort him back and you get a reward. It's not difficult, folks. These are things that we've seen in RPGs ever since the NES. Yet, these first-person shooters just never dabble. It's always the safest thing they can do. They play it so safe. And it makes me very sad, because they're capable of so much more. Like, why couldn't you be part of this stage show? You know, why couldn't it suddenly turn into a quick time event rhythm game or something? It's not difficult. It's just so strange. And the purist probably is grateful that it doesn't dabble there, because then it might be a little bit too much like Fallout, or it might be a little bit too much like this, like that. But it just seems like such a waste when you've got this kind of cool thing. Like, can you imagine if this post-apocalyptic future had a card game that you could play and you could challenge anybody? And even if it was just blackjack or pontoon or whatever, or like fucking Go Fish or Snap, for Christ's sake. It doesn't have to be Final Fantasy VIII all over again, but just imagine a card game. And the card game either got you bullets, resources, or rare parts, rare upgrade materials. It's not difficult. It really isn't. And yet we don't get anything. And I'm hoping with the next generation, because the power is not the big jump it was from last generation, I'm hoping we get the detail and the depth. I hope we get the focus, you know, just the detail. Like, we don't get destructible environments anymore. We get these environments that are so fucking beautiful and already destroyed that you can't destroy them further. And it doesn't make any sense. And the only games that do have these intense destructible environments are all multiplayer shooters. And multiplayer shooters are all good and well, but I want it in a campaign. I want it in something that I can control, not something that the guy in the jet flying over me controls. But that might just be me. But this mission is... There's nothing here, guys, at all. We're going to be moving through these areas. We're going to be watching some of this stuff. There's going to be a lot of burlesque-looking dancers with some questionable see-through bras. You know. A lot of controversy over this game because it's kind of boob-filled. And it's got mature and adult themes, but when you think about it, guys, sex is very important, and in a post-apocalyptic future, sex is still going to be very important, you know? It's not going to change just because society has crumbled. If anything, it's probably going to get worse. It's probably going to go Outlaw Josie Wales style, where people just get raped on the roads, you know? Like Mad Max 2. But just keep on following Pavel, and that's pretty much this level, folks. Nothing to say. So thank you for watching. I hope the guide's helping. And you take care now.
Anyways, I tell you, we should be going, but let's drink to the fact we're still alive, huh? Tell me, okay?
Here you are. Two over a special from the old stock. Been infusing it for half a year.
Опа! That's great! So, let's drink, Artyom!